Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're talking about SOS Cloud. Today we're overviewing onto why it's running, some of the speculations towards it, and what I think about this one. So let's jump right into this one. So SOS. I covered countless videos you'll find in the description below my last video, and I talked everything from short seller reports to addressing the concerns to short interest and everything in between. But today, I'm coming in here today with a special update for this one. If you're just wondering onto what SOS is going on with it, what is the recent developments, etc. And so SOS Cloud here. In terms of the latest news, we don't see anything happening here other than the 125 million shares that were raised into an offering that almost dropped this one pretty strongly. And this one here, if you do recall, the offering was closing on April 1st, so close a week ago or almost there, at $5 per share. And some of you might have wondered, well, then why is it one of the leading stocks today? Granted, it's 30%. We're not seeing a 300% spike on the stock, for instance, into some of the really different days that we did have back in January. And a big part of this one is the market is slow. Market is quiet today. And there's a lot of information on Reddit. So on Reddit, there's a lot of groups such as SOS Limited, subgroups, etc. on Reddit. I do occasionally visit those, and it looks like it is more of an agreed upon group of people that have been sharing on all these groups to buy today at 9:30 a.m. and hold. Some vulgar in terms of communication style, and some are actually backed by some due diligence that we already covered. Nothing is new. But sometimes this works. We've seen how it worked in GME. The price point skyrocketed in GME, and this is something that you can see again here. However, I've seen a lot of posts going on with 216% shares shorted. This is the next GME. GME was only 130%. This is 216. And a lot of you have been using the market beat data. And this is not correct. Because take a look. Right off the point, it says that the number of outstanding shares are 6.5 million shares. Meanwhile, the current volume of shorts are 14.6 million, 14.16 million. Now, just by logic, okay? 6.53 million, they literally put out 25 million shares in the last week. So that's not the number of shares outstanding. The current number of shares outstanding based on FinViz is 128.17 million. Okay? And then if we move on to Yahoo, the current one is 179.51. Assuming that the current shares the shorted shares are 14.16 million, that gives you 1142%. Not the 200% that a lot of people have been circulating around. Do your own research. Be careful of misinformation. However, this one might actually play out. The float currently was not really clear on what exact float is because they keep changing it. They keep putting more offerings. But what we see here is that the outstanding shares are around 128 million. Probably the public float would probably be somewhere, I don't know, 50, under 100 million, which is a little bit easier to pump. Now, what we could see is something that happened similar to what happened here, where it drops back. Hopefully not. But they might actually go ahead and squeeze it. We're going to move on towards technical analysis there, and then we can discuss it. But before then, we're going to go towards some of the SEC filings. And if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell button. If you'd like to join our Discord server, it's in the description below. We would love to have you aboard. It's free, so there are no obligations there. And we get to see here in the SEC filing, as we did talk, the offering, more information about the offerings and some further on information regarding their operations, that everything here we already know. And we can move on towards technical analysis. We don't have much information updated towards institutional buyers. And in this technical analysis, I'm going to be looking at a bunch of things. One is the indicators and then the volume. Can they continuously push this one with this volume? And is this volume an anomaly in that sense? What we're looking for is, can they continue this push forward in a positive direction with the amount of ammunition they have? So 10 SMA is currently above 30 EMA, really bullish, and there is a potential for a bounce in this section. This trading action zone where positive reversals are likely is between 597 and 537. Currently, the willing percent R shows it's currently somewhere neutral. It's not even overbought at this level. MACD is attempting a bullish reversal, but momentum is still negative. Now, in terms of, let's do a 2-hour perspective. We want to see, has this momentum slowed down during the day? Do they still have the strong punch? and it looks like there's a lot of volatility here. The current bullish trading action zone on a 2-hour perspective is between 554 and 526. Expect bounces around that region. Currently, the momentum is still positive, not increasing, but still stable somewhere around 1. Moving averages here, things are looking a little bit interesting because the moving average band is expected to trade 687 on the top, 624 in the middle, and 562 in the bottom. Perhaps the Bollinger Bands where people start taking their profits, 836 on the top. And the current thing that I want to highlight here is take a look into the volume. It's the highest second day of volume ever. And the only one that compares to it before was this one here. And the question is, can they continue pushing in more volume and volume into this one? The chances are, oh, actually we just crossed the highest volume since ever. But the question here, can they continue pumping this one in terms of volume? Most likely not. Most likely the volume will drop. And if the volume drops tomorrow, we might be in trouble. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow doesn't show much in these levels, and we need to look into supports and resistances. Oftentimes, these points will be a strong indication there. And so on 121, the strong support on the Fibonacci retracement shows 467 is the current support, 121 after that. Current resistances, 681, 854, 1028, 1274, and 1588. Goes without saying, we need to check the price line action nonetheless. Price line action shows a significant support at 556. 502, going a little bit lower to 452, 412, 275, and 187. Significant resistances, a very strong one at 622, 667, 757, 821. You're looking at 866, 977, and then you start going 1058, $12. And a lot of these folks have been saying that the new support is going to be $15. And these are things you need to take with a grain of salt. You shouldn't believe it. Do your own research if things seem to be too good to be true. Can they push it forward? I think maybe to $8, but not $15. It's definitely not a short squeeze. It's longs keeping them buying, and at some point they want to sell. The people who bought earlier want to sell. People who bought at this level 414 and got 30%, they're happy with it. There's a lot of people that way. Not everyone is looking for 1,000%, and they're gonna start selling. So be very careful, because if this falls based on this, it might hurt people. Now again, I've been bullish before, I've been bearish before. I'm not taking a stance. I have no position on this. I'm just telling you to be careful and think for yourself. Have a wonderful day. And a quick thing here, if you've stayed this long in the video, I would love to invite you to my Discord server. It's in the description below. It's totally free. What we do here is sometimes pick long-term swings, long-term positions, swings, etc. We do scalps as well during the day. It's totally free. It's more of just trade ideas in general. And we also trade together here in Trading Floor. We have also chats during the week to discuss our trading sessions, strategies, etc. Feel free to join us. There's no obligations there, and have a wonderful day.